And everything Becky gets, she gets from The Rock.
Get ready!
You're listening to
We are doing, and we're doing it better than anybody else alive!
Now, I can go into what happens last Saturday in Perth. I watched the pay-per-view. It was all right. It was all right to me. That's about it. To me, it wasn't stellar, but I did enjoy the fact that a female, Rhea Ripley, this whole thing was built on her, Rhea Ripley, that she ended up being the main event of that particular pay-per-view. A woman main eventing a pay-per-view is not something to blow off. Now, honestly speaking, I thought she should have lost in Perth, but because she's in her home country, they're not going to play around because they want to come back. So they're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. But Nia Jax been mopping the floor with her all day, all night since she got back. Her, Becky, and everybody else on the roster. And all of a sudden, she's going to pull out a move that's going to cause her to beat her. By the way, Nia Jax is born in Australia. Wonder why they didn't promote that. Nia Jax is also a Bloodline member. Why they don't promote that? So they're not promoting Nia Jax, the Bloodline member. They're not promoting Nia Jax, Australian-born Nia Jax. They just talk about San Francisco, which most of the Bloodline people are from that particular area. Especially this new generation of Bloodline Samoan Dynasty members. They come from that lineage. So in that particular match, I mean, Nia Jax should have won that title, and it could have been done clean. Well, not clean. It could have been done with the interference of Liv Morgan, because she's supposed to be on her revenge tour, right? And Rhea Ripley did cause her to lose that title, right? And where is that revenge on Rhea Ripley? It should have started at Perth to build a storyline between her and Rhea Ripley, and kept the storyline. If you're going to have Becky Lynch get in the chamber and win, which she shouldn't have never been in the chamber in the beginning, if you're going to get her to get in and win, then that story should have been ending at WrestleMania between her and Nia Jax. You got to understand and remember, if it was not for Nia Jax busting her nose wide open, she wouldn't be the icon that she is today. We knew Rhea Ripley was going to win that, which was the main event. We knew she was going to win that. Should she win it? No. Nia should have won that. She has been on a beating behind streak, stomping streak. So she should have won that match via Liv Morgan getting her revenge on Rhea Ripley, setting up a match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Because honestly, who is Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania? Becky? It should have been Nia Jax. So they can complete their story of I made your monkey behind famous. And if it wasn't for you, you would be nothing. Matter of fact, how do you become an icon getting your nose busted? She didn't compete. She didn't win the money in the, well, she did win one time, but there was a time where she was in a wrestling match. She wasn't in the Royal Rumble. She was in a wrestling match that she lost, and all of a sudden somebody get hurt and they put her in the Royal Rumble, and all of a sudden she win? See, they do too much for Becky Lynch. And everything Becky gets, she gets from The Rock. She called herself the man. The Rock called himself The Rock. She considered herself in the third person, not as first person. She comes out with a hand up like The Rock. She tries to talk like The Rock. She even used The Rock move, the rock bottom, as the manhandle. She gets more influence from The Rock than her own husband. But her husband is more influenced by her fashion sense than his or The Rock. Now, again, right now, don't get me wrong. Becky Lynch, great wrestler, but she ain't not where she is right now. She shouldn't be in WrestleMania. And if she should be wrestling Nia Jax. Nia Jax should have won that match. She didn't need help, but for the sake of the people of Perth, the heat should have been on Liv Morgan with the revenge tour by costing her the match, giving the belt over to Nia Jax so she can go on to WrestleMania for her and Becky to complete their story. Now, right now, as you see, Nia has to go around the next few weeks trying to insert herself in that WrestleMania program between her, Rhea, Nia, Becky, and possibly Liv Morgan. It shouldn't have been that way. It should have been strictly Nia and Becky Lynch completing their story, not having Becky Lynch continue to lose to Nia Jax. Becky Lynch needs some adversity. She needs to come up with a new plan and reinvent herself. This man gimmick to me is getting old. All it is The Rock. She took Ric Flair's mantra and The Rock's persona and made it into a female version of a woman, and that's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch shouldn't have been inserted into this Elimination Chambers. Just like she shouldn't have been inserted in that Royal Rumble, but she won the 2 belts and became Becky 2 belts. She shouldn't have never been in it.